There comes a time in your life when you walk away from all the drama and people who create it. You surround yourself with people who make you laugh. Forget the bad and focus on the good. Love the people who treat you right. Pray for the ones who don't. Life is too short to be anything but happy. Falling down is part of life. Getting back up is living. What are the currency markets? This was from BBC Live Radio, that's why there's no link to it. And as you can see, as you look at that graph, they are crashing. Now 98% of the trade between banks making bets with each other. So there is no GDP or all that sort of bullshit. It's all made up crap. Every part of it is made up crap. And if you go on to read the article, I'll give it a quick go. The pound has been at 2-year lows against the dollar amid political uncertainty. Jeremy Thompson Cook, founder of Complete Currency Consulting, told Radio 5 Live's Wake Up to Money that the pound was very much trying to stage a recovery overnight, but not having much success as it's still around $1.24. He said the market had changed from the day when it was dominated by companies buying and selling currencies to be able to trade goods. The 98% blah 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 trades between banks each other. The FX markets are the largest in the world. Something like just north of 5 trillion is traded every day. To put that in some context, it's the value of UK GDP for a year traded every single day. It's an absolute vast market. And it is affected by everything from political speeches, terrorist attacks and economic data. He said a tweet, anything you can move these currencies, he said. You can see large volatile moves over the course of a morning, he said. I say links not in the description of that, so if you want to read it fully, you're going to have to pause it and read what you can. It was off a Facebook link or a MeWe link or something. Serial child molester. Abuser sentenced to 30 days as man gets 4 years for 22 grams of weed. That's how screwed up the planet is. Columbus, Ohio. If ever you feel that the state has your interests in mind when they provide their mandatory protection through this system of law enforcement, consider the following scenario, which completely negates that idea. When a system lets a serial sexual abuser go free while locking someone in a cage for selling a plant, that system does not have your interest in mind. A daycare owner convicted of abusing over 24 children, many of them sexually, will spend just 30 days in jail after taking plea deal in his case. Kimberly Hignite was arrested last year after she was found to be operating an unlicensed daycare in the Grove City homes. According to WBNS, where the sheriff's office searched the home in May 8, 2018, they say they found 24 children with one adult, Hignite's 71-year-old mother. They say many of the children between 7 months and 5 years were strapped into car seats, left unattended in separate rooms. In the courtroom this week, some of the mothers spoke out about the abuse of their children and ended at the daycare. One of my girls developed an anxiety-driven hair-pulling habit to the point that she was nearly bald, said one mother. Her heart breaks any time I think about how my children were left alone, strapped into their car seats, crying. During the trial, prosecutors say multiple of other children spoke of sexual touching, something called the silly private game, in which kids spun a twister-like clock with pictures of their private parts. A game that Miss Kim forced them to play using a tan and blue game board, which pictures of private parts and a red spinner, said another mother. Your Honour, the sound of my autistic son and a little girl being able to describe what that grown woman's vagina looks like and feels like is something we regrettably will never be able to forget, and honestly something that I can never forget. US judge unseals files in case of 17 24-year-old forced to have sex with Prince Andrew. Documents from 2015, libel suit linked to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, a friend of the prince, are to be made public. Prince Andrew faces further embarrassment from... Never mind embarrassment, he should be in jail where the dirty, filthy paedophile belongs. Jeffrey Epstein scandal after a judge ordered thousands of secret documents relating to an alleged sex slave of the tycoon to be released. About 2,000 files from a defamation case involving Virginia Roberts, an alleged trafficking victim, and due to be unsealed following a rule by the US Court of Appeal this month. Roberts claims she was forced to by Epstein to have sex with the Duke of York in London, New York, and the Caribbean. Prince Andrew was strongly denied the claims. Of course he would, the dirty, filthy paedophile. Parasite scum. Revealed how Theresa May betrayed Northern Ireland veterans facing prosecution. Theresa May personally blocked ministers from proposing a new law that could have protected Northern Ireland veterans from facing murder charges. An explosive memo reveals. A private letter sent on the Prime Minister's behalf orders that a government consultation on addressing unsolved murders during the Troubles should not contain proposals for a stay of limitations on historic prosecution of military personnel. US Navy killing thousands of whales and dolphins with sonar and weapons testing. Not only have whales been showing up dead with dozens of pounds of toxic plastic waste inside their stomachs, the US Navy plans to raise the death toll by conducting underwater testing of explosive weapons and sonar devices. Tests will be and are taking place in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, including the Gulf of Mexico. These events are set to commence on and take place from 2014 through to 2019. This title is not an exaggeration. Depending on the vicinity of the animals detonating these explosives underwater, it will kill whales and dolphins and injure many, according to 2 environmental impact statements released by the military. Keep in mind these events have been occurring for a number of years and are responsible for the death of large amounts of marine life. The Navy is not denying these facts. They have admitted that most of the deaths would come from detonation of explosives, sonar testing on animals, or animals being hit by ships, although I do not trust Navy estimates according to their computer models. This activity could kill thousands of whales. A man who says he's female enters woman's bathroom and sexually assaults 10-year-old girl. I've been waiting for this. I knew this was coming with all this LGBT crap. February 15, 2019. Decades after feminism swept the West, transgender rights have now formally replaced women's rights as the emerging ideology of gender fluidity wipes out any formal conception of what a woman is to begin with. Women and girls who feel unsafe when biological males enter spaces once reserved for female only are being essentially told that they are transphobic and that they should shut up. The University of West England even launched a poster campaign recently urging students to disregard those who look like they may be in the wrong bathroom. When journalist Josephine Bartosh noted that UWE are saying that the feelings and fears of women matter less than those of who identify as transgender, she was promptly commanded by the head of LGBT society. Over and again, LGBT activists insist that there is no downside to eliminating female-only spaces or limiting them to biological women. Anyone who claims that there might be a danger is allowing anyone into private spaces based on how they decide to identify is told that they are motivated by hatred for transgender people rather than be concerned for vulnerable women. This transgender bullshit isn't just another thing of the government trying to piss us up, and they are pissing us off. And this system is impervious to questioning. It is not only transphobic to ask whether the same space should be limited to biological females for the purpose of safety, it is also transphobic to ask any follow-up questions about this. The Transgender Committee apparently is a informally perfect group, utterly without sin and lacking any nefarious members whatsoever. Yeah. I suppose if you can believe the woman has a penis, you can believe anything. That was unfortunate, but predictable, proven not to be the case. In the United Kingdom, the Courier reported recently that a violent young man, which the media outlet obediently referred to as a she throughout their reporting, received a slap on the wrist after sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl in the women's bathroom at a supermarket, Morrison's, Kirkcaldy. Shouldn't be allowed. It's ridiculous. There is no I used to be a woman. Well, no, you're either a man or a woman. If you're in the wrong body, tough, deal with it. ISIS commander arrested by Libyan authorities, exposed as Israeli Mossad agent. Well, what a shock. By J. Syramopoulos, the Free Thought Project. Benghazi, Libya, leading credence to this theory that ISIS operations as to strategic asset of the Israeli Mossad. Libyan security forces have arrested an ISIS leader in the northeast Libyan city of Benghazi, who just so happened to be a Mossad agent. The man arrested, Ephraim Benjamin, was allegedly an Israeli Mossad agent who began his operation following the 2011 toppling of the Libyan government that resulted in the murder of Libyan President Muammar Gaddafi, according to the Israeli website Inian Merkazi, which translates to central issue. The Mossad agent repeatedly held as leading position in ISIS after mingling with Libyans during the fall of Gaddafi. He then became a prominent imam of a large mosque in Benghazi, Libya's second largest city, before becoming an ISIS leader who commanded a contingent of upwards of 200 terrorists. Known in Libya as Abu Hafas, the Mossad agent was arrested and accused by Libyan authorities of gathering intelligence information for the Israeli government. It is believed that Benjamin, aka Hafs, has a Mossad Arabist, which are undercover Israeli spies with Arab features who speak fluent Arabic, local dialect, according to the Masra al-Arabiya website. Telegraph. Elderly face visit from TV licence, fee police. BBC says outreach teams will knock on doors of over 75s who fail to pay. More corruption by a corrupt government. And then you've got the parasite fishing for votes. Obesity crisis causes decline in number of organs for transplants. Cambridge is in spotlight as rape claims at university rise tenfold. Tory MP resigns over White Elephant HS2. Facebook has the last word on profanity. The IMF is not a hereditary fiefdom for Europe. Yes, it is. Videos show Trump partied with Epstein. The shit's about to hit the fan big style, and they're going to crash the financial system to try and distract you from what's going on. The Guardian. May swipes at rancour and hatred of British Brexit absolutists. 2015 letter by Johnson backed single market. Day 4 in a week-long series casting new light on the world of Prime Monster. EU referendum. He knew campaigning to leave would give him support from party members. Page 12. Our words are the first step to our ill deeds, to a darker place where hatred drives what people say and do. Theresa May, the satanic evil bitch. Express. Brother of arena bomber in UK to face justice. Talk shit. Tips on how to keep kids happy in the holidays. Boris, we need to get Brexit done by October 31st. And then the biggest parasite on the planet. Just what made the Queen so curious? That's because she's wondering if we're all going to figure out that she's a satanic bitch. And the answer is yes, of course. The Times. BBC could become subscription service, says Director General. It should be. No one would watch it then. No deal will send Britain into recession. Oh yeah. Young drivers face night ban. Curfew and passenger limit for novice motorists under guaranteed licence plans. Metro. The moment BBC star called out racist Trump. Back to face British justice. There is none. Man guilty of killing Scarlett on Goa Beach. May's fears for the state of politics. Rooney tries tees up for Rory tees up for open glory. Mirror. Rainbow Unzipped reveals booze binges, lewd jokes and jealousy on classic kids show. TV Julia, I walk around naked at home. Bomber bro flown to UK to face justice. Secret deal brings terror suspect back to be charged over Manchester atrocity. They're just trying to shore up the false flag that's been proved to be a false flag. Totally fake. Mail. Fail, should I say. Scandal of care bills divided. Cost for dementia care home residents who pay their own way is spiral to $78,000 a year. $21,000 more than councils will pay for sufferers with no savings. Locks familiar? Who is this model? Celebrity mother? No. I. Johnson attacks EU with fish at final Tory Hustings. Deep footprints. No. Norman Mailer's account of the Apollo 11 moon landing that was faked. Who are you calling Scrounger? Demise of the welfare cheat. David Lynch's disturbing new show. Economics of new celebrity, pop star and influencers. England heading for World Cup semi-finals. Basketball. Vegan parents told to see their GP over children's diets. New advice to ensure toddlers stay healthy after rising vegan and vegetarian families. Doctors may offer a nutritional supplement, and considering they do less than 3 hours in their whole 7 years on nutrition, then they're in no place to offer any nutrition supplement to prevent illness such as anemia. Well-planned vegan diets can be healthy for youngsters, say guide. The scum. Shocking truth about kids' TV Rainbow. Zippy tells all. May in farewell blast at No Deal. Girls bid to storm cockpit. Air race passenger hit with $85,000 bill. Jumbo debt. Waste of paper. India love battle. It's just showing a naked woman basically. Hypocrite. Big chief loophole for Gobby Gary. All the top gadgets and stuff. Arena bomb bro charged. Thumping exclusive. I gave the gimp a spanking, and this time Rubber Perv didn't like it. FT. Golf hunts for young fans. Vestiges parting shot at big tech aims for Amazon and Qualcomm. Data use probed by EU competition chief. Chipmaker faces fine for abusing dominance. Musk hopes for human trials on brain implant that like linked to AI by next year. He ain't sticking no bleeding implant in me. Outside Hunt insists he can win leadership vote. Either way, they're both related to the Queen, so whichever gets in, the royalists carry on regardless. And finally, watch out for road pirates paid with your money to steal your money. My German girlfriend likes to rate my sexual performance on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. Last night we tried anal. She kept yelling, 9, 9, 9. That's the best I've ever done.